What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So listen, this week's video is about me going to Woodbury Commons for Black Friday. Yes, I weathered the storm, so you don't have to. Right now, I did not go on Black Friday. Let me just say that, okay? So really quickly, let's go through some admin stuff about what I've learned. My room is a mess behind me because I have a haul to show you guys. Let's talk about it. What I learned from a lot of the sales associates is, number one, the sales were already in play maybe 2 days prior to the sale. So that is a key point. And I know that all of us, we kind of feel like, well, if I pay an additional, 50 off, maybe on Black Friday, it'll be an additional 60 off, right? And they were saying that pretty much it was the same exact sale that they had running that week prior, or during that week, that Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday that they had started on that Friday, right? I know you guys have probably seen, if you do any research on Woodbury Commons, that on Black Friday, it was an absolute mess. It's always a mess. That's just how it is. It is like the top, I think, high-end. I like Sawgrass Mills better, but it's one of the top high-end outlets in, I think, America, right? There's one in Desert Hills, Woodbury, and then Sawgrass. And so, as you can imagine, Black Friday was a mess, especially for stores like Burberry, Gucci, UGG, Coach, Michael Kors, Marc Jacobs. Those stores are just completely thrown, right? But what I learned is that they don't even open the gate to park until 6 a.m. So when you saw traffic backed up, that was because they didn't open the gate until 6, which is crazy. I don't know what the reasoning is for the shopping center. What difference does it make? Let people shop when they're ready to shop. What difference does it make? Let them park. What difference does it make, right? And again, they probably have their reasonings. This is me as an outside source. Also, I went shopping in this fur coat here. If you know me, you know my cousin For Real Furs. I couldn't make it 3 steps without being stopped. But the most important thing was I had so many essays that were giving me information, that were going to the back to get me things, because they thought, I look like money. And hey, let's give this girl whatever we can give her to spend this coin that she's gonna spend, okay? So I had essays going to the back like, we got this bag and it's not on the floor yet and we only have one. Now, I didn't get caught up in any of that. I didn't know what I wanted, but I had a great idea. And I wasn't getting caught up in the outlet thing, okay? Which is like buying everything on sale, getting home, regretting 50% of it, right? So that was great, but also they offered me information. Hey, here's my number. If you see anything, let me know. I'll send you the catalog, and on, right? So dress the part, and trust me, your experience is top tier almost every single time, okay? So with that being said though, Saint Laurent, come close. And any other store that feels this way. I don't have a ton of footage because I was in Saint Laurent and I was actually on FaceTime. And the guy was like, I'm glad you're on FaceTime. We don't allow recordings. Humble yourself. Humble yourself. You're an outlet. You are getting things 2-3 seasons behind. Humble thyself, okay? Because you should want the girls to tell the girls so the girls can come out and buy the things, okay? This is the age of social media companies. The age of social media. Don't get me wrong. I understand that you want to... I wouldn't want to walk in a store and there's cameras everywhere, right? I get that. If a person's by themselves and they're pulling out their camera, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Let them do what they do. Your company will be better off for it. Trust me. If the girls know that Saint Laurent has shoes for $250, that phone's going to start ringing, right? They're going to start driving down to pick the shoes up. Like, make the freaking money. If I was a sales associate, I'd be like, girl, get the video. And here's my number. Tell them to call me. Like, make it make sense, right? So anyway, that was the only thing that I did not like. And then you just feel like you can't take a video. And I get it. Folks come there just to spill the tea. But again, what does it matter? It's going to make sales for you. They are freely putting you on their platform for people like myself who is watching. And I hate when I see people doing videos at outlets and they're like, I can't record. Because I'm a consumer of content and a creator of it, right? I want to know what's going on. And so anyway... Now that all that is done, let's get into the meat and the potatoes, okay? So I really enjoyed myself. So we went, so again, the sales I was told happening prior, and then we went after, like a few days after Black Friday. Most of the sales were running through that Monday and, actually the Monday and Friday of the next week. So you weren't missing anything. If there was one thing I had to note was that I was shocked that Gucci did not have a line. The last time I was at Woodbury Commons, we were there like 4 or 5 years ago. And the line for Gucci before the store opened was in the back of the outlet near the dumpster. Okay. I didn't see a line at any given time. So Gucci's at like the center of Woodbury. So you have to pass it like whether you want to or not. Every time I went past, I didn't see anything, right? Another notable thing, we went into Givenchy. I'm in the DMV. Givenchy boots to girls here are what Nike boots are to the dudes, okay? And if you're from the DMV, especially DC, you get it, okay? You can't go any place where the girls are dressed up and you're not going to see a shark boot in your face, okay? I wasn't going for myself. I'm not going to say I'm not a fan of them. But again, in the spaces that I'm in, I see them so much. So it's just kind of like, ugh. Not interested. But they were $12.95. That is a great price. They had wide calf. They had regular calf. So if you're looking for that boot, I suggest calling the outlet just to see. I did not see any black. They had a boot that was black, but it wasn't. It was a shark boot type, but it had a different buckle. Now that was actually cute and interests me. But I have wide calves. There was no need for me to try this on unless they're going to make extra wide calf. Then maybe we will see. Also, in case you don't know, that boot is hell to take off. So I didn't even want to have the whole store trying to get this boot off my leg that I knew wasn't going to fit. So let's get into the haul. So I'm not sure if you guys see my Instagram. I am into, I'm not going to say fugly shoes, which are fun, ugly shoes. But Loewe is a brand I've wanted to dip my toe into, and outlets are a really great place to start, right? And they have very interesting shoes. Some are a bit much for me, some are not. I don't know how to explain this, but I've always looked cute with a round toe shoe. I think because I have fat legs, but round toe shoes just look cute on me, right? So I went in for this toy pump, and I was looking for this fur pump as well. And I don't know why I thought the fur one would be there because that's kind of brand new. But anyway, long story short, they didn't have any sizes. That is the downside to going after Black Friday. You're going to catch the same deal, but baby, they ain't got no sizes left, especially in shoes, right? So take that into consideration when you're looking for stuff. But I saw this. And to me, Loewe is a great, I was more so interested in like their design and the craftsmanship of it all, right? And so when I saw this, I was like, yes, yes, and yes. Now listen, when I pull it out, some of y'all not gonna get it. You're not gonna get it. But when you see it on my foot, it's adorable. This is all beaded work. This in spring, my God, on today. I love her. And it's so weird and wonderful. I cannot wait to wear this shoe. I don't think you understand. I cannot wait. I think it's the cutest thing I've seen in a long time. And again, I don't know how to explain it, but I look really cute in round toe shoes. So it's kind of like round with the extra little situation here. This was the last pair left. I thought I was tripping. They are size 39. I'm a size 38. Mind your business. These were originally priced at $24.50 because of the beadwork. I don't think the toy pump is that much. I think the toy pump is like $9, maybe $12. So this was $24.50 retail. I got it at the outlet price of $9.80, and I think they were 30% off, so I paid like $700. When I go to brunch, I'm gonna tear the girls down, okay? It's something different. It's like, you know, it's Loewe without screaming Loewe. I love the craftsmanship. This is the things, this is like a collector's piece. Love this down. So I mentioned the Loewe fur shoes, that I think are really, really nice. Love those. Again, I wear a lot of fur. And I went into Fendi. Fendi was having a fantastic sale. I'm a fan of Fendi. Fendi's craftsmanship is unmatched. There are a few places, I think Loewe, Fendi, Bottega, their craftsmanship, I probably would say Celine and maybe even Dior, their craftsmanship, those three in particular, because I think now people don't buy Bottega as much, and you have to be a Bottega fan, but that craftsmanship for Bottega, same thing with Fendi, okay? So I walked in, they were having an additional 20% off, like they're ready to wear, which is really great. The best I saw in any high-end store. But then I saw these. Jennifer. Listen, when I go to the outlet, me and my cousin work together. She's on admin duty, and admin duty is going online to see like what it's priced at right now. Because when you're in the store, you're in the thick of it all. You may not be able to tell, right? Baby, when I tell you, this is mink. This is not faux fur, okay? This is mink, okay? I think this shoe was $19.50. I got it for $6.60. They had it in navy, gray, and light pink nudish. I wanted to go back for the nude color. I really did. I didn't want to overdo it. Didn't know, and they weren't nude. If they were brown nude, I would have bought it instantly. They were a pinky nude. Not quite sure I need a pinky nude shoe, which is why I didn't pull the trigger. But I am thinking about it. I am thinking about calling, saying, ship me my shoe. This, and if you know this shoe in particular, it comes in leather and a few other like things, I believe. The level of comfort. So this is in a size 40. I'm close to a 39, 38 and a half, but this fit great. You see it on my foot here. I think it works. I think a 39 and a half would have been better, but listen, when you're outlet shopping, it is what it is. So I got home, I tried them on again. They fit perfectly for me. I'm fine with it. But this, and it's made so well. Like, this is heavy. I love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So I spoke to you guys about Bottega. Bottega had, we know they had a moment. We know the Kelly Green, it had a moment. Again, I'm at a certain age now where moments don't really matter to me. I think if something is classic, it's classic. I've seen things leave and come back sometimes twice now. And there's certain things I don't mind paying for. Now, I did not think this shoe in particular, I'm just going to show you guys and not make it a long story about it. I didn't think they were worth $1,000 back when they came out. I know all the girls went crazy over them and blah, blah, blah. But I picked up this sandal here in the lime green, well, the Kelly green. I think it's classic. It's something I can see myself wearing well into my 50s and 60s. When you need that extra little pop of color. This color will be popular and popping again. So I'm not worried about that. But I will say that the price, you're not gonna believe it. They were $9.50, marked down to $440 with an additional 70%. I paid like $150 tax tag and title. Please give me a pair. I'll take them, right? And I liked that it was a classic color. They also had the ones like that has the net and then it ties up, but I could not get that over my foot. It just wasn't working for me. These are comfortable. If you know this shoe is comfortable, $152 is what you would pay for a Steve Madden shoe. This is real leather. It's that good Bottega leather. Now, I'm not usually a fan of stores that mark things down that price because I feel like that means that did you not think it was worth that? Like, what did you mark it up for $1,000 for, right? But this brand has just proven themselves. The quality is there. Did I think this shoe at the time was worth that? I didn't. And I'm glad I got it for the price that I did. I think this is more of a, because of the leather, maybe closer to like a $400 shoe. But at $150, so I'll take it. But it is very well made, really good Bottega leather. This is one of the stores I went inside and he pulled out an Intricato little handbag. It was kind of small. It was $1,000. I didn't need it. I was tempted, very tempted to buy it. I don't have a bag this color, but I do actually. I have a green Longchamp small that's this color, so I just didn't need it, and I just felt like for $1,000 it's a really good deal. That Intricato leather is magnifique. So anyway, love this. Got these on a deal. I think they were justifiable because it is something I believe will come back around, and I think they are a classic shoe and they're super comfortable. Anything I can click clack around in and be cute, sign me up. Okay, so that was all of my shoes. The other thing I got was sheets, okay? So the brand, I think you say Frette. Whenever you go to a high-end hotel, recently we stayed at the Salamander for Thanksgiving, and I meant to go into Frette when we went to Boca Raton. They have it at Sawgrass Mills, and they also have it at Woodbury. I just could not get into the store. It was so many people in that store. So I knew we would go to Woodbury at some point after Christmas or after Thanksgiving, so I waited, and I got such a great deal. If you know this brand, again, high-end, we're not talking about Serta 1,200 count $50 sheets, okay? This is gonna cost you. These sheets run anywhere from the low 600 up to $3,000 and $4,000 sheets, right? They had 50% off with an additional 50, 40, or 30, depending on which one you chose, right? You can't beat that. That is a really good price. The best sale I've seen them run in a long time, right? So I wanted to invest. Here is my Frette bag. Inside here are 2 down pillows. We slept, they were $83 a piece, which is fairly expensive for pillows. I have a problem with my neck and sleeping, so I feel like it was worth it. I slept very well at the Salamander Hotel on their pillows, which are the same, so I think I'll be fine. A good night's rest is priceless. And these are sheets I've wanted for probably about 7, 8 years. I'm not saying anybody has to rush to get these, but that's a good deal. I'm not going to hold you. It's a very good deal. And I think it was worth it. So I was able to get I got a sheet set here with a little bit of embroidery and like a cream color. This is a queen size set that I paid. They were $5.25 and I got them for $173. That is a really good deal. They were marked down 50% with an additional, I think, 40 off of that. I got an extra pair because this comes with the fitted, a flat, and 2 pillow shams, and then I got an extra set of shams. This was $125 for $40, and I don't have the duvet, but I bought a duvet in a gray color. The sale is going on until the 8th. I am thinking about calling once I put this on my bed and make sure that I love it, and maybe ordering at least 1 more pair of sheets and another duvet as a backup, because that's a really good price. I paid $189 for the duvet cover, so I think it's worth it. These are on the lower end. These are on the, like I said, they're about $600. They had sheets that were $2,000. 50% off with an additional 50. That's still $500, right? Not cheap. I'm not saying anyone has to run out and go get this, but I love them. If you are a high-end girly, a high-end linen girly, I think it's definitely a place to start. I'm always going to pay outlet prices when I can. I would never buy these sheets at full price. I just don't think it's worth it, but I can't wait to, I'm going to wait until our home gets professionally cleaned this week to like have like a nice clean house and new linens on the bed, you know what I mean? So I can't wait for that. So that is my home and my shoes. Let's get into clothing. So I didn't see a lot of ready to wear in the stores. I went in every place. Dior, Celine. Again, for me, the prices weren't there. They need to close that off 5th. That was a useless waste of time. I wish they had a last call there. You guys know how I do last call in Sawgrass, but I had high expectations for the Saks simply because they don't have many left. I thought it would kind of be like Sawgrass, where I would get this amazing all 5th because it's at Woodbury Commons. Abso-freaking-lutely not. Okay? It was a walk in and walk out. Okay? Didn't make it into Valentino either. Went in and out of Balenciaga. It's just not my vibe. I meant to go into Golden Goose. I meant to go into Marc Jacobs. And I don't know if I've said this already. The next time I do this, I'm thinking about staying overnight at a random hotel. It's not enough time. We were there from open at 10 a.m. till about 3:30. My husband was trying to catch traffic, and which honestly we probably should have waited until 6 or 7 to really leave, but he doesn't have the same shopping muscle that I have, and I know this. I've been married for 20-something years. I know better, but I do it every single time. You really need a day to like shop, go through, think, and then go back. It's far enough that you want to stay overnight, but close enough where you can go home too, right? So anyway, big mistake that I made. I will think about that if we go again for Christmas and just stay one night and then head back that next morning. So the next place I went was to Reese, a brand I discovered like 2 years ago. I love their clothing. Listen, any place that if I pull out a size 14 and the 14 is too big, I know your sizing is right and you have clothes for grown women, and I love that. Okay, so randomly at the register I saw these cashmere socks. They were $35, marked down for 50%, so $15 for cashmere socks. You know, you can't really do that. And then I saw this leather skirt that I thought was so cute. It was a leather mini. I'm going to try it on for you guys over here on the side. This was marked down to $101, and for a leather skirt with pockets that's structured well, good zipper on the front, you can't beat that. Who doesn't need a leather mini? And it's a good mini. It's not, I always talk about things being like too short. This was actually perfect. The other store I went into, I saw L'Agence when I was leaving out of the food hall. And I think it's new because when I was walking around with the bag, even store associates and other stores were like, I didn't know we had a Legence here, right? So it's right outside the food court across from the L'Occitane on the same road with Sandro, and another store I fell in love with. I've never really tried their clothes on. They do this blazer that looks very much so like Balmain, at a fraction of the cost, right? But I never tried any of their clothes on. I've seen them for years, and so I said, let me go in and just see what it's given. And I fell in love with 2 items. Again, I went in the dressing room with the larger size and had to be like, oh, give me the other one. I knew if you have a tailored piece and I need a 14, that's fine because it's tailored to my body, which one of the items is. But if it's a regular dress and the 12 is like perfect, I know it's great. My sister-in-law was packing away. We were putting our bags up, and she's like, what is in this bag? This feels amazing. That is a great sign to me. I'm not sure if you guys seen Devil Wears Prada. Remember when she has her moment when she finally gets into glam and she puts on all the clothing? She walks in with this long Chanel blazer dress thing and the Chanel knee boots. And Emily Blunt's character goes, is that the Chanel boots? That outfit? I'll put a picture here. That is what this reminded me of. So it's this beautiful blazer that gives that Chanel vibe. Okay, and I'm going to try it on for you guys here. That can be worn separately. I love 2 pieces that can go together or go separately. And then I got the matching skirt to go with it. When I say cute, you cannot tell me nothing, right? So I went up to an extra large in the skirt so it can fall. It was given date night vibe at first. And then when I sized up, it's something I could wear to church, I think. I could wear to church. I wouldn't wear it to the office, but I thought it was really cute. And I could wear this skirt, obviously, with a different top, which would be fine. It feels so good. It's a really good net. Love it. Just even down to like the buttons that are on it, just I put on and place very well. When I see things like this, I instantly go to buttons to see like, are they going to be loose? Are they going to pull? This is the cutest little outfit. And I had the perfect over-the-knee Vince Camuto boots to go with this, to dress this down. Or I could dress it up, and that's what I liked about it. And the first piece I saw that made me want to go to the dressing room in the first place was this blazer dress. So finding blazer, and I'll show you guys over here. Finding blazer dresses is not easy, especially a good tailored one. I put this on, it fit like a glove. Like a glove, okay? I don't know what I paid individually, but I know my total was like $561. So do the math, 3 pieces, that's kind of giving about 100 and something per piece. Well worth it. I do know this dress. Let me see if I can find my receipt. I think it's in my email. Got the receipt right here. So the blazer, the first blazer was $219. The blazer dress was $178 and the skirt was $122. So my total tax tag and title was $562. I paid it like a champ. Again, well-made pieces. This feels like a coat almost, how well-made this is. So I would love to go back and see what else I could get from the outlets. I thought it was a great going after Black Friday. Again, you run into sizing issues, but the sales are still there. They still have really great stuff. Going into stores like Frette, for instance, they're always going to have sizes. Another thing I ran into, which I found very, very weird, Legence was going to order me something online. And I think, they didn't have my size skirt at first. And so the girl went back to go check for it. She's like, I can order it online. The manager was like, no, they told us not to order anything during the sale. So I found that to kind of happen like 2 or 3 different times. I think it happened in Jimmy Choo. Jimmy Choo had the Bing pumps that were on sale, which were a really great price. I never see the Bings on sale. They're always excluded. But she wasn't able to order me anything during the sale. And I find that to be new. I don't know if that's new with these stores. Like, you're getting it at the outlet price. We're not about to order this for you. But before Black Friday, if I ever went into a store, I could always order it for that price. So I don't know what the deal is with that, but well, I hope you guys enjoyed the haul. I am super happy with everything that I purchased. I think they're all really great pieces to add to my wardrobe. And I think I didn't buy as many clothing items because, number one, I was there with my family, and my husband does not have the patience. I was separate from him, but I didn't have a lot of time. And I know from 10 to 3 sounds like a lot of time, but guys, it's really not. Like, you need to do a once over in every store, and Woodbury is overwhelming. you name the store, they had it. I never even made it to the other side, which has the Ralph Lauren, the Levi's, the I wanted to go into All Saint. I just didn't. I just did not have the time. And I also thought the sales could have been a little bit better. Ferragamo, for instance, 20% off. I found better sales randomly in Ferragamo. So I was anticipating like additional 40, additional 50 off. So I would say I was very shocked with that. But all in all, great experience. We'll do it again. May go back after Christmas. So if you're looking to do some outlet shopping, head over to Woodbury. If you're in the DMV area, it's about a 4.5 hour drive. Well worth it. Bye, guys.